I am super, 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 super excited to have Amy Paul on our little call tonight. She is a Diamond Ambassador, and what's even cooler than that is she's Hawaii's first Diamond Ambassador. And what's even cooler than that is that her husband Eric just went a few days ago. So they are the double diamonds, the only diamonds in Hawaii. And guys, I'm not sure if all of you know her story, but she is a road tripping in this amazing Plexus bus. And I'm pretty sure I would love to have her about a week or two or four, I don't know, maybe the summer vacation. I don't see how she does it, because she homeschools those babies in that bus. 7 of them. And she is just the most down-to-earth diamond to me. I mean, I just love you, Amy. Clearly, I'm starting to look like a little stalker here. But if you only knew, the whole team is a little bit obsessed with you, so we all kind of have a big Plexus crush on you. So we just want you to just give us your goodness, because, you know, we see you and Eric and your team, you know, you're just, you know, debuting on those leaderboards every single week. I mean, you obviously have a special relationship with your team, and, you know, it's just so exciting to watch you. So anyway, we are super excited. It's all yours. We know you have another Zoom to jump on, so whenever you get ready to head on out, then just let us know. We're all ears, and we got our notepads ready.
All right. Thank you so much, Lee. You know I love you too. When she asked me to be on this call, I was like, yeah, of course I will do your call. I love you. And so my whole goal with Plexus has always been to help others succeed. When Eric and I started doing this business, our passion and our belief comes from seeing other people succeed. For us, when we started, it was a guarantee that we would go to the top. We had no doubts that we would make it diamond, because for us, like, when we commit to doing something, we're committed. We're 100% in. And so for us, when I made a rank, it was like, I was excited, but I wasn't as excited as I am when I see other people succeed. When I see my team succeeding, I cry. I don't cry. I'm not a crier. I tell people, like, it takes a lot for me to cry. But when my team is running across the stage, you know, screaming and yelling and crying, I'm crying too, because that is what Plexus is all about. It's about the relationships. So all of you on this call tonight, y'all are all on Lee's team, right?
Yes.
Right, Lee?
Yes, yes.
So y'all should all be friends on Facebook. You should all be commenting on each other's stuff. Y'all need to be building a team culture that's unified and excited and passionate and wanting to move forward together, because that is what's going to make y'all go quickly, is when you unify yourselves and you work together as a team and you're so excited for the other person, you know, for their successes. And when they feel down, you're there to lift them up, guys. Because if you're anything like our team, this past month has been not very good for us. This has been, I mean, we've been in Plexus now about 2 years, Eric and I. This November will be our 2-year mark with Plexus. And this month was really hard, and it was hard on a lot of people. But with network marketing, there are those ebbs and flows. So if you follow Melissa Eichenhorst, or you know who she is, she talks all about that. And she basically changed my thought process when I was a senior gold, because I watched a video by her that talked about getting off the network marketing roller coaster. You have to get off that crazy train. You have to get off that crazy roller coaster. If you are looking at me and Eric and you're like, man, they went double diamond in less than 2 years, and that affects your business, then unfollow us. Because that is not what our goal is. The reason we post and get excited on Facebook is because we're doing that for potentials. We want people that aren't in Plexus to see that excitement. We want other people in Plexus, if that motivates you, if that pushes you to work harder, you know, like you're competing, then that's good. But if it makes you feel bad about yourself, if it makes you feel down that you're not going as quickly, then you need to unfollow us. And I say that so truthfully, because comparison is a thief of joy. It really is. And you do not want to compare yourself to other people. We are all on this journey. And if you commit to this journey, I promise you, you will be where I am. There is no doubt in my mind that you will everybody on this call will be a diamond, right, Lee? Don't you completely agree with that?
100%. I mean, that's what's so exciting about it is, you know, is there's so many people. It doesn't matter, you know, if they're there yet or if they're about to be. I mean, it's just going to happen. I love that Melissa Eichenhorst roller coaster analogy. I heard that call, same call that you're talking about.
It's so great because this isn't like, when you're a nurse and you go to your work and, you're working 8 hours a day, you're keeping the same pay. Really, there's no room for growth. Plexus is all about you. You can move up in the ladder. You can go as quick as you want, or you can go as slow as you want. It's up to you and what fits into your life. I love your team name. What is it? Faith, family, the 3 F's?
Plexus, yes. Faith, family, and freedom with Plexus.
Faith,
And
family,
I got that team name from the very first convention because, Alex said that, but then he honored the military. Aren't you and Eric, aren't y'all have military backgrounds?
Yeah, so our background, if y'all don't know me on this call, basically my husband and I were both active duty Air Force for almost 8 years. I was intelligence and he was finance. So we both earned our master's degree in business. And so for us, we love the military, of course, and we love people that serve the country. So that's why I love the 3 F's. It's amazing. But that is how you succeed with Plexus, is by keeping your priorities straight. When you start to feel crazy with Plexus and you start to feel like you're at your wit's end and you don't want to do this anymore, it's probably because your priorities are not right. You are not balancing yourself the way you should. And it can get a little crazy, guys. You could have a lot of people that want your attention. A lot of people signed up and they're asking you questions and they're demanding things of you. But you also have demands from your husband, your spouse, if you're a guy on the call tonight, and your kids and every other thing in life. So you need to balance that out so you don't burn out. Okay? Don't burn out. The key to Plexus is having fun. It's relationships. It's helping people get healthy. It's helping people achieve their dreams. How do you help them achieve their dreams? Guys, this is what we're going to talk about tonight on the call. If you are not passionate, if you're not as passionate as I am, then you need to get that passionate. You need to get that belief. If you have to fake it till you make it, that's what I say, then do that. You have to have something that other people want. People have to want what you have. If you don't have something that they want, why would they come to you? So you have to be passionate. It's the same thing with our walk with Christ. If you're a Christian on the call, you can't act one way and then you're passionate about Jesus, but you don't talk about it. You have to talk about Plexus. If you saw my post today, it was talking about fear. Fear holds so many people back. Fear of what others will think of you, fear of being a failure. That's all pride, guys. That is what that is. It's pride. Don't be embarrassed to post on social media. When I first started this business, that was my hardest thing. I took Plexus for 7 months before I decided to share. That's a long time, 7 months. And I had huge results. So I had my baby. I have 7 kids, if y'all don't know me on the call, but I have 7 kids. And after baby number 7, I had postpartum, which I had had with all my kids. And I had an extra 20 pounds of weight I wanted to lose. And so my friend Stephanie told me about Plexus, and I remember the exact road I was driving on when I gave her my credit card over the phone, and she signed me up as an ambassador. And she was asking me crazy questions like, what's your social? I was like, why does she need my social? And so I was just answering all of her questions, and she signed me up. And so I took the product 7 months, and then finally, if y'all were here with Plexus when the iPad promotion was going on, you had to get 3 customers and 3 ambassadors, and you could win an iPad. And I wanted an iPad for my kids for Christmas. So I did it, and I won an iPad, and my business started to organically grow from that. And that month, I went back to back, silver, gold, senior gold, and I double ranked Ruby, senior Ruby. And then I sat there for 5 or 6 months. I did not hit emerald till December. And I just assumed that I would go back to back like this. I would be emerald the next month. Guys, I fell into management mode. If you are on this call right now, if you have not reached out to 3 to 5 people today, new people, guys, on your contact list, you should all have a contact list in your site. It should be hanging up on a board behind you. It should be in a notebook, but you should have a contact list on your refrigerator. I see Tara has a fridge in the back. Put it on your refrigerator. And then as you walk by your fridge, you're picking up your phone. Oh, I haven't reached out to 3 people today. I better do that. Calling is the best way. If they can hear your voice and your passion, they will most likely sign up. So you need to today, we're going to get off this call, and are y'all East Coast time, Lee?
Well, some of us, we've got a big Virginia team on here that is East Coast, and there are lots of military too. And then the rest of us are kind of central in Texas area.
Yeah. Okay, so tonight, if y'all can, if you're not too exhausted after listening to me, like emotionally drained, send out 3 to 5 messages. 3 to 5, okay, guys? Send out those messages tonight. And then tomorrow, first thing in the morning, send out 3 to 5 more new messages. That is your first income-producing activity of the day. If you are thinking that your income-producing activity is posting on Facebook twice a day, it's not. Let me tell y'all a little secret. I could post, I'm a diamond, my husband's a diamond. We are very open about our pay chart with Plexus because that's a lure to get people in. I could post, I'm giving away a free bag of Slim to the next 3 people that comment, and I would have crickets. Crickets, guys. That is not what works with this business anymore. When you're a newbie, it is imperative that you're posting on Facebook. Imperative. You have to be posting twice a day. But once you are like, you've been posting a while, you've been in this business 6 months, 7 months, and you're still thinking that just posting on Facebook twice a day is going to get you somewhere, it's really not. What it's doing is it's keeping your presence out there so your friends, when they think Plexus, think, oh, okay, I forgot Amy's selling Plexus, after they've heard about it 8 or 10 times. Because remember, 8 or 10 times is the sales statistics of when people actually buy or join Plexus. So you want to keep your name and your face at the forefront of their mind, and you do that through social media. But the way you're signing people up is by contacting them. You personally contacting people. So you have to have that contact list. You have to be adding people to that contact list. So how are you going to add people, guys? Right? How are we going to add people? If you, hi, I see a little girl in the background waving. If you, you're going to add people by going down your Facebook list and making sure they're on there, but you have to find other avenues. So get out in public. I know a lot of you could be introverts. Not all of you are type A's that are out there and can talk to everyone. So if you are not a type A and it's hard for you to talk to people, then you have to find other ways. And that's going to be joining Facebook groups or Instagram. Okay, look up how to promote your business through Instagram on YouTube and watch a few videos. Bridget Ryan, who made Diamond in 1 year, has signed up over 300 level 1s from Instagram. 300 level 1s from Instagram. That is what she attributes her business to. Her and I were in Lake Tahoe together, and I am like the cold marketing guru, okay? I can cold market people and get them signed up in like 20 minutes. Like, I'm really good at signing people up like this. She has never cold marketed, but she gets all her people on Instagram, and she sends out 40 messages a night. That's how she's always on the leaders board every single week, guys, because I think she was the top 1 this week too. I mean, she's amazing. So Instagram, do trending hashtags. And then, for example, if you're a homeschooling mom on this call, you're going to go to Instagram and you're going to search homeschooling. And all these people are going to pull up. You're going to start following these homeschooling moms. And you're going to start commenting on their stuff and building relationships. And then you're going to send them a message and say something to them like, hey, I've been following you for about 2 weeks now because you're passionate about homeschooling. So am I. I love being a mom. Have you ever heard of Plexus? Because I'm super passionate about that too. And you're just going to start throwing it out there, guys. The more people that you talk to about Plexus, the more people you're going to have sign up. This is a numbers game. The only difference between me and you is I've been told no more than you. I have been told no so many times, and now it's like water off a duck's back. I don't care when people tell me no. When I first started, if you're a silver on this call, or maybe you're brand new and you just joined, and you're thinking, there is no way I'm posted on Facebook. There is no way that I'm going to be blowing my friend's Facebook feed, their account up with Plexus. Let me assure you that you are not going to blow up their Facebook feed with graphics or be salesy or any of that. You're going to do it genuine and be real. You're going to say things like, man, you're sitting at the pool. I am so thankful that I'm able to play with my kids today by the pool, because before I could never do that. And y'all know I'm real. You know I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm loving this pink drink. I'm loving the energy I get to be able to play with my kids. And I want a couple of my friends to do this with me. Who wants to do it? You're just going to be real, guys. You have to make your life exciting. There's reasons I'm not posting Eric and I's marital disputes on Facebook. There's reasons I'm not posting my kid throwing a fit beside the pool. I'm trying to sell a product, or even if you're not selling a product, you're just trying to promote your lifestyle, your family. You want it to be positive, guys. You want to have something that other people want. You want to be a blessing to other people. So your Facebook feed needs to reflect that. So let's talk about, Lee, do you want me to go into like our system?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because you know me, I could talk Plexus all night. So, okay, so this is
where
where
another Zoom in about an hour, so get busy, sister.
Oh no, I canceled it. So
we have her all night, ladies and gentlemen.
And you know what? I got to cancel it because Ame, Darling, and Helen McFadden are in Alaska right now, and I have a big team in Alaska. That's where my upline is, and so they're live streaming to my team instead of me having to get on there. Yeah, so it worked out perfectly. They definitely want to hear Ame.
Yeah.
Ame and Helen are way better than me, so they hear me all the time. So the things I'm going to tell y'all what our team does, I guarantee you 100% it's what Lee is telling you to do. Because most of us leaders do the exact same thing. We say and promote the same thing. But because I'm telling you this, it might come out completely different than when Lee says it. Y'all are used to hearing her. So it might just like go over your head sometimes. The people on my team could care less when I talk sometimes. So that's why we get other people to do our team calls, because it helps just to hear a fresh perspective. And if we all brainstorm together and you like what I say, take it. If you don't, throw it out and do your own thing. That is the beauty of this business. Your team is your own team, and you're promoting a team culture that is identifiable to you. So that's why it's exciting. Okay, so when you get a new ambassador, what does Lee tell you to do? Get them to post on Facebook, right? Get every new ambassador posting on social media immediately. And what do they say? The first time, I mean, y'all probably said it too. I don't want to post on Facebook till I have a testimony. I'm not sharing this on Facebook until I have lost 30 pounds and off all my prescription meds. You know, that's what people think. So you have to get them posted on Facebook. So how are you going to do that? You're going to tell everybody on your team to write the same 2 lines. So excited to start these natural supplements my friend Amy told me about. She had better X, Y, and Z. Who wants to try this with me? That simple. And to post a selfie, because remember, they don't even have their products yet unless they were a customer. So they don't even have their products yet, and you're telling them to post on Facebook. And the reason they're going to say yes is because you're sending them exactly what you want them to post, and you're telling them copy and paste and take a selfie. And they will do that because they're not saying they have a great story. They can even be straight up like anti almost and say something like, y'all know I'm skeptical of these kind of things, but my friend Amy won't stop talking about it, so I'm just going to try it, and I want 3 of y'all to try it with me. Who wants to do it? So you just need to keep your new ambassadors knowing that that they're going to be real throughout this whole process. Okay, they're not scamming their friends. Once they post on Facebook, you need to instantly tell them to start a 3-way message with everybody that comments on their page. So if somebody says, okay, what is Plexus? You're going to tell them, message your newbie and say, start a 3-way message with me, you, and them. And you're going to have your newbie write, hey, Nancy, I don't know what Plexus is really, but my friend Amy's been doing this for about 1 year, 2 years, and she is loving it, and you've got to hear her story. So I included her in this conversation. Amy, will you tell her your story? And then I take over, because I'm going to answer the questions for my newbie. Because I feel like new ambassadors sign up and they're so nervous. I mean, when I first started, if somebody would have said, what is Plexus to me? I would not have known what to say. I would never have known to say blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. What are some of your health concerns? Or to talk about prices. And when people feel uncomfortable, they back away. People don't like that uncomfortable feeling. So you have to on-the-job train them. You are going to on-the-job train your new ambassadors. You're going to make this as easy as possible. You're going to spoon feed them for the first month or 2. This is exactly what I've done, guys. I don't have a lot of time. I'm a homeschooling mom of 7. And I have a husband now that's fully retired and with me 24/7. So now my time is even less. So, but you have to make use of your time. And with Plexus, quality is way more important than quantity. You could sign up 20 ambassadors this month. And if none of them are self-motivated, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay, you know, they might 1-2 months be on and then they're going to fall off. You need self-motivators. So quality is way more important than quantity. So if you only have a certain amount of time in the day, you need to pick or choose 1, 2, 3, however many people you can handle to put under your wings, and they are going to be your daily accountability person. You are going to work with them every single day. That's what I did with Brooke Hemingway. Y'all seen her on the leaders board. That's what I've done with Emily Gibson, all my leaders, Crystal Grady, anybody I can think of that you could think of. All my people that are successful, that are really rock stars, have been because I've talked to them daily, every single day, and I ask them the hard questions. And I tell them, are you coachable? Are you willing for me to tell you the hard things? Like, am I able to tell you, yeah, you're battling pride right now, or you have a negative spirit, or how many people have you reached out to today? You know, I can tell that you're in management mode. I don't care if you're a sapphire. You're in management mode. You know, you don't need to manage these people. You're dragging people. Guys, when you're in management mode, this is how you can tell. Are you dragging people? Are you going to ask me the question, how do I get my people to work? That is like a sure sign that you're in management mode, because you don't need to get your people to work. You need to come to the realization that only 20% of people work, and take that pressure off of yourself. You are not a bad leader if you have white lines in your back office. You are not a bad leader if you cannot get people to work, because those people probably didn't work before Plexus. So think of the people that are self-motivators, and those are the people that you want on your team, okay? The self-motivators. All I did, everybody's like, well, what's your system? How do you get these people? And I tell them the only reason you're thinking I get these people is because we signed up 12 people last month. So we signed up 12 people last month. 3 of those are working. Where are the other 9? I don't know. I mean, I'm reaching out to them. I'm saying, hey, why are you not signing people up? Let's go. Let's get Zooms going. Let's get 3-way calls going. I do everything that you as leaders are doing, but people work or they don't. 20% of people do the majority of the work, guys. I have tons of white lines. My attrition rate is pretty high because I believe in, is pretty low because I believe in getting people to silver in 7 days, even if I do it for them. So for example, if I sign a 60-year-old woman up, they're usually not on, well, thanks, Jennifer. They're usually not on social media, right? 60-year-old women are usually not 70-year-old women. So what I did, I signed a 65-year-old woman up at Disney Campground, and I told her, I want you to post on social media. She's like, okay. She can't figure out really how to do that, but she did figure it out a little bit. And then I got to the point where I just said, give me 3 numbers. I want you to look through your phone and tell me 3 of your friends that you know need these products, and set up 3-way calls, and we're going to call them. She said, okay. She went silver in 4 days because I called. All I did was 3-way call people, her friends. She was my connector. Do you know what I mean? But I'm doing the work. So you have to be willing to do the work for your person.
And Amy, when you have that call with the girls that are going silver, like, what are you telling your story? What are you kind of talking about?
All health. So y'all, I'm all business, but the way I get people to stay on the product for 3 to 6 months is I turn into their health coach. So I'm pretty much saying, hey, I got Judy's on the call with me, and she talked to me about some of your health concerns. So could you please tell me those? And then they'll start talking, and then I'll say, okay, so these products did this for me, and I really hope that we can address some of your issues. I know Plexus works for 100% of people. Are you willing to give me 3 to 6 months, and I will work with you intimately, and I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to send you a weigh and measure chart and a water chart, and I want you to fill those out every day. I'm also going to be checking back with you in a week or 2. So I treat my ambassadors that sign up as customers. You have to treat those new ambassadors as customers, because I'm signing for business, and I'm telling them I'm going to help you get your products free. This is the best business. It's the best financial opportunity. But the way you keep them is they have to have success with the products, and then they have to not be able to pay for their products. Guys, we made money before Plexus. My husband, we weren't poor. My husband made a good living, but I still would have had to budget $150 a month for my own supplements. I would have still thought, man, that's a big chunk going out for myself every month. And so I think a lot of people look at $150 and they don't want to pay that every month. And that's only sustainable for like 3 months, and then that you start to see them fall off. I've even seen people get off all their diabetes meds and they get off Plexus because they don't want to pay $150 a month. And I'm like, okay, because the state pays free meds. And if people aren't holistic or get the, excitement about holistic health, they don't care about a drug. So you have to be there with them, and you have to help them get to silver in 7 days. If you don't get them to silver in 7 days, that's fine, guys. Let the pressure off yourself, but still work. So go through your back office tonight, tomorrow. I know it's later for y'all. Go line by line. If you are a senior Ruby ambassador on this call or below, you should know every single line in your back office. You should know why that white line is a white line. You should know every single line. People say, oh, well, that's controlling. Well, if you want your team to grow and you want to know why there's the trends of certain people are falling off, you can stop it right there. We had 675 signups last month. Ridiculous. Out of 675 people, we had 13 with backup orders off. That's it. 13. That means that we are set the next month, all those points. That's why my team grew by 800 this month, while others are saying their points haven't moved. So I am on people. Like if I notice that I see one of my sapphires, that all of her, there's people sign up without backup orders or welcome packs. 2 or 3. I'm calling. And I'm not calling my sapphire. I'm calling those people. I don't go, I'm calling those people, hey girl, how are you doing? I noticed you didn't put a backup order on. You really need to do that because you're going to miss out on your products. You're going to miss out on commissions. You can say things nicely, to get your point across, but no one should be signing anyone up without a backup order on and without a welcome pack. That is a huge duplication mistake. And when you get to the point where and you need to prepare for this because all of you are going to be diamonds. Everybody on this call. So you need to prepare at the beginning, to keep yourself going in the future. So backup orders on welcome packs. Also, we tell everyone to sign up with the Fab 4 combo because you have way better results with the X factor in there. And if you act unapologetic about price, if you say something like, okay, so for the first month, it's going to cost you about $150. But we're going to help you get your products paid for if you're willing to be coached, if you're willing to do some of the things we say, but it's $150. It's going to be the best $150 you've ever spent. And so you're not apologetic over it. You're not saying, well, if you can't afford it, you could just try the Slim. Or you could just try the ProBiome BioCleanse at first, and then we can add the Slim. Never say that, guys, ever. You want everyone ordering the Triplex and the X Factor. That's the best combo. You're going to have the most success. You're going to have less people falling off than if they just do pick and choose. So just try and push a little bit. Also, you want to tell people from the get-go, if you're not willing to try these products for 3 to 6 months, then maybe this isn't the product for you. That's sort of scary to say, right? Because when you're silver, you're thinking you want every single person. You don't care what they are. You're trying to find people. You're trying to make gold. You're like, I don't care. I just need to sign somebody up, or I just want to, we're trying to get to Leaders Retreat. I need 4 more customers. You've got to lose sight of that. You have to be willing to let go of people, because in the long run, you're going to be a lot happier when you're not seeing disgruntled people, especially in your community. You want Plexus to have a good name in your community. You want people talking about Plexus in a positive light. And so the way that's going to happen is you have to tell them the truth. You need to try these products 3 to 6 months. This is not overnight success. I lost 7 pounds in 2 weeks, but that's not always the case, guys. It's not always the case. 3 to 6 months. So you're letting people know from the get-go. You're talking about Candida die-off. You're talking about detox. You talk about all of that stuff from the get-go. Okay, so new ambassador. Start the 3-way messages and then try and get a Zoom like this. You send the link. You tell your new ambassador, listen, I'm willing to do a video conference for you, and I want you to find 3 to 5 people to get on with me. It's going to be a short informational, 25 minutes at the most, and I'm going to send you the link. You just have to click it and tell your friends to click it. And they're going to say something like, oh, I don't know, I'm busy. I have my kids' soccer games Thursday. You're going to say, okay, does Friday at 3 o'clock work for you? I don't know, Friday I have camping. Okay, well, Tuesday. You're not going to stop. Okay, you're going to keep going because they're making excuses because they're nervous. Truthfully, guys, and they could actually be busy, but you want to keep pushing. You don't want to let people like off the hook, because when they see how great this is, they will stick with it. So when they get on it, they're just nervous. We're all nervous to do new things. So when you get a Zoom like this and you get 3 to 5 people on it, you're going to be very laid back. You are not going to, you're going to have the Fab 4 products, and you're going to talk just like we're doing now, like we're friends sitting at the beach or we're having coffee. You talk like a friend. Hey, guys, I know you might feel like this is weird, you know, video conferencing, but I asked Stacia to get her friends on because y'all have to hear my story. It's been life-changing for my family of 9, and I have to tell you, and this is why Stacia's doing it, and I'm so thankful y'all are supporting her. So here are the products, super simple, and then I go into the Fab 4. I go into my story, and then I'm talking like they've already signed up. So I'm saying things like, oh my goodness, like, I cannot wait to see your test results, because by then they're talking back to me. I'm saying, do you have health concerns? And I'm saying, I can't wait to see your test results. It's going to be great. 3 months, you're going to come back, your A1C levels are going to have dropped. Oh, I cannot wait to see how the pain reduces for you. It's going to be very exciting. And as I'm wrapping up the call, I'm saying things like, hey guys, as soon as we get off, just Stacia, you call them, okay? Jennifer, she's going to call you right now. Cindy, she'll call you right after. We'll get you signed up. We'll get you going. 3 to 6 months, guys, and your whole life is going to change. Your health is going to be transformed. And hopefully, you know, if you choose the wholesale route, we'll have you making some money to help your family financially. Do you see how I'm talking to them, guys? I bet y'all are thinking, oh, okay, I want to sign up. So you just have to be real, but Zooms are very important because, like you were saying, Lee, there's people in Virginia. You can't possibly get in an RV and drive to Virginia. So not right now. So
I'm not Amy Paul. I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to do Zooms. But if you have a local team, I grew my business. I didn't leave the island of Kauai till I was a sapphire. And I grew my whole business on sip and sees at people's houses. 3 people, 3 people, 3 people. And I never did a sip and see with more than 5. And I would tell my people, don't ask me to do a sip and see with more than 5 people, because every time I did a sip and see with more than 5 people, they would go home, no one would sign up, and they talk to their skeptical husbands, and I might get 1 or 2 out of that. But if I had 3 to 5, I would have 100% sign up rate. All of them would sign up right there, and I would take my computer. So go down your back office tonight, guys. Get excited and reach out to all your level 1s and say, I mean, even if your level 1 is an emerald, that sounds crazy, right? Reach out to your emerald. I guess that's only you, Lee, reaching out to people, but you would say, hey, I want.
You got Crystal Wade on here and Jennifer Tuggle that are emeralds as well.
Yeah, so be calling them and saying, I want you to get 3 to 5 people in a Zoom for me, you know, and they're going to have a hard time because they've been at the company for a while because they're both emeralds. But that is going to be the key to your growth. Your key to growth is to get your emeralds, your senior rubies, your rubies back in basics, back to the basics. We all have to be back to the basics. Eric and I have only signed 4 people this month. And I say 4, I mean, that's pretty good, but last month was 12. And so I tell people, they're like, well, how do y'all keep moving forward? I keep signing people up. That's all I'm doing. I'm just signing people up. I'm staying at the basics. I am not managing my emeralds or my sapphires. I'm telling them, I mean, they all have their own team pages and they are responsible for their own people. And what I do is I do team calls for them. We don't do a big team Zoom. I do team calls because, guys, the more personal you are to your team, the closer you're going to have for relationships. The closer. So you have to be very, very connected to your team. get connected, get excited, show belief, show passion, sign people up, get three-way calls going, get three-way messages going for your newbies, and constantly be following up. Run with your runners. Don't drag people. If you are dragging people, stop. It's a waste of your time. Okay, Lee, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I do have a question. So say you signed up someone, I can think of people in my downline that I've signed up that they've been on my chicken list forever, rock stars, and then they're not being the rock star that I know they can be. How do you get them to the point, like, some of yours that were leaders, were they always like, okay, tell me how I can make money? Were they always like that? Or do you have to tell me what you do to get them to where they're like, all right, I'm going all out with this?
So that's just a character. I know that sounds crazy, but like Celeste Gwen, no one had to tell her to go. Like she saw it and went. Me, I saw it and I went. It took me 7 months. So I could have been like somebody on your chicken list. That's what my upline says. Like, I wanted to get Amy, and I didn't want anything to do with it for 7 or 8 months, but she kept reaching out to me. And when I finally saw it and it clicked, it took 8 to 10 times of me hearing about Plexus from other people that were financially successful for me to want to work the business. So you might just have to be like your rock star that you thought is so great. Maybe I, for example, drive through your town and they're parked beside me in their RV. And I say, you're under Lee, why are you not doing this? She's an amazing leader. Why are you not doing this? Third-party validation. And then it clicks. And then they're like, duh, let's do this. That's all that you can rely on. There is nothing else more you can say, really, because the more you say, it seems like sometimes people go backwards. So you're just hoping and praying for a third-party validator. You're hoping and praying that they're going to see 4 more of their friends pop up, their sister pops up selling it, or, and then they click. There's nothing else you can do till they decide. All of my people have been the ones, I have a couple girls that are, 2 of them that are senior rubies, and I've dragged them to senior ruby. And now they're excited because they're making money, but I dragged them there and it was painful, and then I have other people that just like Brooke Hemingway. I mean, I talked to her every day on the phone. I did sip and sees. I did everything, but she personally signed it. She's like competing against herself. Those are the people you want and need, and you're just searching for those. You're searching for more Lees.
Yeah, and so Danielle has a question. She says that you're a cold call guru. I know that I've heard you talk about, just seeing someone in a grocery store. Like, give us an example of what that would look like.
So I just got back from Trader Joe's, and I actually went in the store by myself, no kids, so I can't use my kid excuse like I normally do. But the guy was behind the counter. I went to the most friendly guy that was not stop talking. And, I noticed he was talking to everybody, so I got in his line, and I was, of course, what are you doing? How are you doing? And I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I'm from Kauai. I'm just vacationing here. I love it. And I'm so glad I found a Trader Joe's. And he's like, really? And starts talking. And I just said, you should follow our journey. Are you on Facebook? Here, put your name in my feed. And I pull my phone up just like this. And so he's like, okay, that's awesome. I'd love to follow you. And he puts his name in, and I say, okay, we'll follow each other. We'll be Facebook friends. So I haven't even mentioned Plexus yet. But as soon as I got in the car, I have a list. Do y'all carry your planners with you everywhere? That's like my second brain. And so instantly I have a running list, like I told y'all to do. Carry a running list everywhere. And I put his name, and I don't even know his name. I think I put Trader Joe's Larry or whatever. And so tonight I'll go back and I'll message him and say, hey, I was neglected and forgot to tell you why I'm here. I'm here doing meetings for this awesome company called Plexus. Have you heard of it? And so I just get lots of people in my Facebook feed. That's why I don't accept friend requests anymore, because I only have like 3,500, you only have a certain number of spots.
Yeah.
So cold marketing is huge, but I was not an expert at it at first. At first, I was very scared, where you get like, you're going to puke Plexus, or you're nervous, your face gets red, and you just don't like doing it. But guys, that's going to be the key, is getting out there. And if you care about people, just be genuine. Like, be genuine. Walk up to the guy that's wearing a Vietnam veteran's hat. Thank you for your service. can you tell me a little bit about yourself? And you just talk. You just have to talk. If you're at the pool, you are not sitting by yourself in a corner. You're walking over to the other moms. Oh, your kid's so cute. How old is he? My 3-year-old, would love to play with him. So you're just trying to make new friends, and you instantly say, it's going to be so hard for you. You instantly pull out your phone and say, are you on Facebook? I'd love to friend you. And people don't say no. They do not say no, guys. So get them in your Facebook feed. That's how you're going to do it. I don't hand out samples ever. And when my husband goes to hand out a sample, I'm like, why'd you do that? Because half the people will say, oh, it's too sweet, or oh, I don't really like, because they're used to white sugar. So they're not used to stevia. So half the people are going to be turned off because they're not going to like the taste. And what are they going to get from a sample anyways? So I tell people all the time, well, I mean, I could let you have a sample, but it's really not worth it. Like, you need to give this, 3 to 6 months. So I don't even do samples.
Yeah, I really, really, really love that idea. And that's really what I've been going with as well, just lately, just recently with the Real Fab 4. And I have my best friend, she's about to be gold. That is exactly the market that she's going with. And she's doing really, really well with that. Just give me 3 to 6 months. And I just think it's so important to really, like you said, be their health coach. And, it's so hard for me to hold back and go, but oh my God, you can make so much money, because that was kind of my testimony. And I'm like, you don't have to live like that. You don't, if you say you are having trouble affording it, then this is your answer. It's hard for me to pull that back when I know this really could change their life, because it certainly has mine.
Yeah. But you've read that book, The 4 Colors. Like, if somebody would have approached me about, my health, like I'm not a helper. So I'm red. So like, I'm money, I'm show me a goal. I'm like the leader style. And so I needed to hear the money. And I heard the money from my upline, who was younger than me, 25 or something. And I didn't really trust like the business. I trusted her health story. So that's why I was taking the health. So I didn't trust her business story until the ABARTs came to Kauai, who are double diamond, and said, why are y'all not doing this? You're stupid. And I was like, what? And they told me at that time they were making 60 grand a month. And I was like, 60 grand a month? And I was like, well, my upline, like, I was just thinking, if these people can do it, like I watched other people that were like not type A, that were introverts doing it. And I thought, well, I definitely can do it then. And that's why I'm saying there are introverts that are diamonds, lots of them. There are lots of diamonds that are not red and go-getters, but they had a lot of friends that wanted it and that, helped them go up. All you have to do is be the connector.
Yeah, I agree. And I love that. I love your story that you were there for 7 months. Celeste has a similar story, that she took it for months, and Jen just kept honor and honor and honor. Like, if you're a good friend, you've got to do this. So how many of us have given up on some of our level ones that, probably are not on this Zoom, because they're not wanting to learn more about the business. And I mean, so that's a key thing right now. Just like you said, our homework is to go back through our level ones and just connect with them. I love also what you said, if you have a white line, which I might have 2 or 3, but anyway, we won't go into those 2 or 3, but the fact that we should know why they're white line. And so many of us are scared to reach out. But I always tell, people, like, they were your friends first. They came to you to buy Plexus from you because they trusted you. And all of a sudden they become ambassador, and we tend to like get scared because we're not friends anymore. We're business partners, and they're going to come to us with scary questions or, whatever. They're going to quit, and I'm not even going to reach out to them because I didn't think they were going to like it anyway. It's all about relationships.
Yes. And y'all know, like I talk about, reaching out. Brooke Hemingway, who's on it took me a year to get her. 1 year. And she hits diamond next month at her 11-month mark, 10-month mark. I don't even know. But she took my husband, if you're on this call right now, and he was a senior gold in December. So she took her and 2 other girls, took my husband from senior gold like 6 months ago to diamond. Wow. So your whole life Your whole financial future, everything can change in 6 months, but you just have to want it. You have to go after it. You have to give up Netflix. I tell my team all the time, like, you know what I did? They're like, well, I have 2 kids and I can't keep up with them and this one doesn't nap. And I'm like, listen, there's sacrifices. We all have to sacrifice something. If you have 7 kids, if you have 1 kid, if you have no kids, you're still sacrificing for Plexus. You're still going to sacrifice. So that's why your why has to be so strong that you keep going back to that. What is your why? Your time's going to keep continuing. There's nothing, nothing will change. You will still be going to the same job every single day, clocking in, clocking out. Everything is going to stay the same. You are going to make the difference. If you work Plexus, you give up Netflix, you do all of these things that I'm trying to tell y'all to do, you're going to sacrifice, but it's sacrifice for a short term to change your life for how many years? You know, Eric and I becoming double diamond, we're not losing that overnight. Last year, we had 400 people on our team the same month. This year, we have 4,000 people. In 1 year. 1 year, guys. How can your life change? Can you go from making 150 grand a year to $1 million grand? $1 million grand. Yeah, I homeschool. $1 million. $1 million.
Wait, it's okay. You homeschool your kids. That's fine.
I know, right? I'm doing such a great job. So so let's say, would you say, what does that question say?
Okay, hang on. That's from Jen Ryan. Hang on. She says, let's say we go to our genealogy report and contact every level 1. What would you say to those that you reached out to over and over and still have gotten 0 response, those crickets? So just keep attempting to touch base, even the white line.
Oh, yeah. So what I send to white lines is something like this. Hey, I know you probably just saw Eric and I made diamond, and we've reached this status now and we feel like we've got more leadership under our belt. So this is something you would say, something like that. I feel like I've reached gold. I've got more leadership under our belt. And at the beginning, I wasn't that sure of myself, but I'm here and I'm taking 3 people this month that I'm willing to put under my wings and coach. And I thought of you first off. I thought of you, and I know you have what it takes, and I want you and your husband to be financially successful. You've already paid the membership, so are you willing to be one of those people? Do you see how you're acting like you have a gift to give them? You're only taking 3 people, and you're willing to help them and coach them and help them be, successful. Guys, that's what all I do. We get white lines back all the time. One of our girls, Brooke, this month, she was trying to hit diamond. She didn't hit it, but she got 33 white lines to turn back on. 33. And all we did was call people or send them a message just like that. This is not like about you. Read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You have to make it about them. You have to be all about other people and their success, and you will grow. So just think about how you would like to be approached. You want to compliment the person first, because you don't want to go at them and say, hey, I noticed you've been a white line I noticed you haven't been active with Plexus for the past 3 months. What can I do to change that? That's not really going to go over that well. You need to do what I said. I'm taking 3 people and I thought of you as one of the people that I know will be amazing with this. So just offer it to them again, but reach out to your white lines. I reach out to my white lines all the time. If you're trying to hit a rank, you can reach out to white lines too and say, hey, I'm shooting for Emerald this month, and I would really appreciate your support and help. I know you're not taking Plexus right now, maybe because of finances, but I would love your support this month, and I'd love to get you back going. So would you mind placing a 100 PV order?
Yeah, when I went Emerald, I actually did that. I had some level 1 white lines, and I said, hey, sister, because I did know why they had gone white line, and, I had kept that relationship with them, and they're your friends. Again, they chose you to do Plexus with. Stay in, contact with them when they're white line. I have white lines that are now active and starting to build their business, that, became that way. So, I think truly, Amy, you can tell that you have a relationship with your team, and a true relationship, because you are building not only into your level ones, but their people as well. You're taking the time. I mean, that's your IPA, it looks like, daily. And so I love it when people say, well, I'm traveling. I'm thinking, have you seen the Pauls? They travel all the time. You know, you can work your business from anywhere, nooks and crannies.
True. I mean, yes, you know that. I mean, it's just excuses. I tell everyone, I can make excuses for everything. You can make excuses for everything. And they could be legitimate excuses, but they're still excuses. So how bad do you want it? How much are you willing to sacrifice? If you told my kids, you know, hey, this is going to be your life for the next 2 years, they still would have all probably said, yes, Mom, do it. They've had to sacrifice, but you know what? It's okay. You know, it's okay. Kids don't need to be like with you 24/7. They need to learn how to cook and help around the house and clean. You know, we tell our kids, this is a team effort. We're doing this for our family. It's a team effort. I gave my one daughter my diamond, and Eric gave our other daughter the sapphire, and we told him, you earn this. And so just make your team, your kids, and your husband, guys, your husband has to feel like he's number one over Plexus, and he'll support you. But don't make Plexus more important than your family, or it'll backfire, and people will get bitter, and it'll just be bad. So any questions?
Anybody else have any questions? If you want to type them, or I can unmute everyone. I think we're all just kind of in awe, you know. I think that, wow, I mean, I'm having like an overwhelmed chest right now. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what I need to do. I am going on my, you know, my back office tonight. And I'm sure a lot of people are, you know, because, you know, here I am, you know, talking about these relationships. I'm not sure I've even, you know, fostered some of them, you know, as well. So anyway, Amy, thank you so much. I mean, this is truly one Plexus. And, you know, it's just, I'm not sure. Hang on. Oh, okay. I'm trying to read. Oh, multitasking. I'm not very good at that. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your hour time. That is just way more than I would have even expected you to give. And I'm sure everyone on the call here is super appreciative. And like I said, we do have a little Plexus crush on you. So that's
awesome. Well, then y'all can sign the bus. I'm like telling everybody, sign the bus when we come through. It's so fun. We're loving it. So
yeah. Well, hopefully you need to drive through Gunner, Texas on your way to Celeste's house. Aren't y'all going to Celeste's house soon?
So we're heading to Texas right after. We're spending a month in Kauai with the Ryan family. They're coming too. And then October 15th, we get back to California. We're driving to Leaders. So we'll be in Texas. And I think I have to spend like months in Texas, because all of you are in Texas. Like half of Plexus is in Texas. So I'm like, I have to just park the bus in Texas to see everybody.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we won't keep any more of your time. I know you've got kids and a husband to get to. But anyway, thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in about 10 days.
Love you.
All right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye, guys.